Panda. I got broads in Atlanta. Just took the lean in the family. Credit cards in the scammers. Getting no licks in the band. Legacies.
What's up guys, LambentPanda here, back again with another video. Today we are given a first look to EverSpace 2 prototype. This is a pre-alpha, pre-beta version in which we got early access to. And so everything you see, are going to see, is not final. There are bugs in this version, things that aren't fully fleshed out, but we're gonna go ahead and check it out anyway and just kind of give it a quick first look review. This is unlike the first game where it was a roguelike. This is more of a RPG exploration game, so you can load and save your game. Alright guys, so let's jump right in and start this game up. So when you first start the game, at least for the prototype, it gives you a chance to select what kind of ship you want. In the prototype version, you only get 3 different types of ship, all from the medium class. You got the Interceptor, the Assault Fighter, and then the Sentinel. It's a bigger one. Now each of these 3 ships do have distinct abilities and different guns to start with, but because they all are from the same class, they aren't too crazy different. So obviously I expect to see more of that when the alpha and the beta comes out, which we will also be checking into. So when that comes, we will get to that. But for now, we're just gonna go ahead and pick one of these cool ships, and maybe let's start with the Assault Fighter, and let's get the game going. So let me go ahead and explain the HUD a little bit. So in the middle of the screen, you see 5 different bars next to your crosshair. Starting from right to left, you got that bright blue bar. That is your shields. So when you get damaged by a weapon, your shields are going to deplete first, right? So next to that, the yellow bar is your armor plating. I'm not quite sure what the difference between the armor plating is and the hull plating, which is the red bar, but the armor plating depletes first, and as of this moment, they both work kind of like health bars in my mind. So you have your shields, your armor plating, and then your health. I'm sure there will be enemies that can bypass both the shields and armor plating at some point, but in this prototype I did not run into any such enemies, so we'll see about that when we get there. Over on the left side, you got 2 more bars. You got a white and a bright blue bar. The white bar is your weapons energy, and then the bright blue bar is your ship energy. So the difference between that is your weapon energy allows you to shoot your weapons. It's only for your primary weapon, so each primary weapon takes energy to shoot and give off an attack. Your secondary weapons do not affect this at all, as far as I could tell in the game so far. And then your ship energy affects your thrust, your boosters, your abilities, anything that goes with your ship activating a skill or going faster. Now in the first game, the health and the energy were just 2 different bars. Now they split each of those into 2 different bars. So in the first game, the energy bar was all one thing. Weapon energy and ship energy was the same bar, and I'm not sure how I feel about them splitting them into 2 bars yet. I haven't been able to test out enough, but I liked how they had it in 1 bar, because you had to have that kind of fight or flight response, because sometimes there were instances where you had to run or you had to fight and you only had enough energy to do one of them. You couldn't do both. So in this game, having them separate gives you more options, which I understand since it's not a roguelike. You gotta kind of expand on that. Whereas the health, giving them 2 bars, unless so far I don't really see any deeper meaning behind the armor plating or the health. It just adds like a 2nd bar of health, so that seems kind of pointless. But I'm sure there is something going on there that, you know, just hasn't been explained or hasn't been touched upon yet in the prototype. I do like the look of the HUD. The bars on the outside do not really obscure anything else around. It seems pretty natural to have them there. Everything, you can see the whole screen. The little bar in the top right with your money and level is perfectly fine. And then, so yeah, let's move on to the combat. So the combat in this game is very, very much like the first one. I absolutely adored the combat from the first game. It was very fluid, it was fast-paced, it was exhilarating, and you felt like every moment you could die. And for a roguelike, that was really cool. But in this game, they kept that without, threat of dying so much. Also, now that the game is an RPG, everything has a level. You can see your level in the top right corner of the screen, and an enemy's level is located to the left of their name when you are selected on them or hovering over them. You do damage based on your level, and when you get a level up, you increase your damage, increase your crit rate, your shields, and your health. Like basically everything an RPG would have. Now, much like its predecessor, the movement in this game feels absolutely amazing. You can get around very quickly and without too much trouble. Although it doesn't quite feel as precise as in the last game, as I was bumping into a lot of things that I hadn't quite intended, and maybe that was just me being bad, but other than that, it is quite easy to get around and maneuver in combat. Something else that they added to the game that actually improved it quite a bit is the fact that you can jump from a system from anywhere just by holding down the C button, or whichever button it may be mapped to for you. You can just jump out of the system and you go into this galaxy view where you can jump to any system. Now you can push a button and it'll like transport you there over time, or you can just kind of skip that and jump right into the system. Now both options are cool, but I can tell by playing over an hour or two, after that you're gonna just want to skip to the section every time. There's not really much to see in between each section. It's just kind of like a loading screen in a way, but it's a nice addition to have, but it's also nice to get rid of it if you want to. The missions in this game are done a little bit differently than they were in the previous game. Most missions in the previous game would span over systems, over stars, over lives, just to get them done. So far in the Prototype Edition, each mission that I received was received in a system and completed in the same system. Now, I don't expect that to be the way it will be in the final game. I'm sure there will be missions that you have to travel far to get done. But so far, these missions are just basic and, basic RPG quests. And nothing wrong with that. It's just, like I said, basic. There are also some minigame-like missions. Take this shadow creature for example. The objective of the mission is to find a pair or a mate for this shadow creature, and it will reward you with an item of dark matter. But the tricky thing about this is when you put it in the sun, it turns white and then it disappears. It goes back to its original spot. So you can only let it touch the sun for a couple seconds, so you either have to go like really fast or find a way around that doesn't include sun. Ooh. Ah! Oh no. Yeah, see? I bump into a lot of things. Yeah, and there we go again. Maybe I'm just bad. Anyway, to the point at hand. I'm a really big fan of RPGs, as anybody who knows me can tell you. So I'm really happy with the fact they introduced a really nice inventory system in this game. You have a cargo hold, space for your modules, consumables, primary, secondary. As of now, it looks like you can have 3 primaries, 2 secondaries, 3 consumables, 6 modules, and a bunch of cargo space. I'm sure each ship will have their different specific loadouts, but I also know you can upgrade your cargo space and your items in general using RPG elements such as rarities. So as you can see, you got the basic gray stuff, green, blue, and then pink. Those are the 4 different types of rarities I have seen so far in the game, and I don't know if they'll introduce more. In every system, there's also a nice little shop in the game. Not unlike the ones that were in the previous game, these ones also offer items that can be very valuable to you. Some of these shops will also offer missions, such as the one I just landed at. So it looks like we're gonna have to check every nook and cranny if we want to 100% this game and complete all the missions it has to offer. At the shop, you can repair your ship, you can refill your secondary weapons, or you can sell everything you have in your inventory. You can also buy a bunch of stuff from the shop, obviously, which can be very helpful to you while progressing through the game. While going around shopping, finding the right item for you is really easy. Comparing an item in the shop to what you already have just looks like eye candy. It's very easy to tell what's better, what's worse, and if you're trying to compare an item that you have multiple slots for, such as a primary weapon, just a simple click of a button can allow you to switch which items you're comparing it with. Very simple, very easy to manage, and I absolutely love it. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and shut up for a little bit and let you guys check out some of the action that I captured. There's a couple fights around here that were really fun for me, and I hope you guys enjoy them too. And man, don't let me forget to talk about how gorgeous this game looks. Did you see that explosion, man? Oh my gosh, everything about this game is absolutely stunningly beautiful. When you're in the galaxy view, the systems, the explosions, the ships, I can't wait to see what it looks like in a final product. This is only the prototype. Well, thanks everyone who checked out the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you smash that like button and make sure you subscribe to so all my future videos of EverSpace 2 will be coming straight to your door. If you have any concerns, suggestions, questions, anything you want to tell me, make sure you leave that in the comments below. I will get back to as many as I can. Don't be too hard on me. This is my first video like this, so I will have more to come if you enjoyed it. If you didn't enjoy it, I will improve on the next one. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in space. Panda out.